cove where the warm trade winds blow and the silver blue dolphins glide, where the rum's always strong and the nights run long and the tide is a thief at your side. When the moon's riding high and the lanterns are low and the waves start to shimmer bright, come aboard, cast away, let the sea have its say on another Caribbean night. Caribbean nights, like Caribbean days, more often than not, they're wilder than not, in the boldest of ways. Caribbean nights, neath Caribbean stars. Oh, rogue with a grin, could win or give in, out there past the bars. Oh, the drums on the shore keep a whispering lore of the captains who never came home, and the gulls overhead cry of treasure and dread, where the reefs hide a kingdom of bone. But the breeze tastes the spice and the gamble feels right when your heart's set on freedom's bite. Raise a toast, stake your claim, let the world know your name on another Caribbean night. Caribbean nights. Caribbean nights. Oh, I sail from a cove where the warm trade winds blow and the silver blue dolphins glide, where the rum's always strong and the nights run long and the tide is a thief at your side. When the moon's riding high and the lanterns are low and the waves start to shimmer bright, come aboard, cast away, let the sea have its say on another Caribbean night. Caribbean nights, like Caribbean days, more often than not, they're wilder than not, in the boldest of ways. Caribbean nights, neath Caribbean stars. Oh, rogue with a grin, could win or give in, out there past the bars. Oh, the drums on the shore keep a whispering lore of the captains who never came home, and the gulls overhead cry of treasure and dread, where the reefs hide a kingdom of bone. But the breeze tastes the spice and the gamble feels right when your heart's set on freedom's bite. Raise a toast, stake your claim, let the world know your name on another Caribbean night. Caribbean nights. Caribbean nights.
Ooh.
cove where the warm trade winds blow and the silver blue dolphins glide, where the rum's always strong and the nights run long and the tide is a thief at your side. When the moon's riding high and the lanterns are low and the waves start to shimmer bright, come aboard, cast away, let the sea have its say on another Caribbean night. Caribbean nights, like Caribbean days, more often than not, they're wilder than not, in the boldest of ways. Caribbean nights, neath Caribbean stars. Oh, rogue with a grin, could win or give in, out there past the bars. Oh, the drums on the shore keep a whispering lore of the captains who never came home, and the gulls overhead cry of treasure and dread where the reefs hide a kingdom of bone. But the breeze tastes the spice and the gamble feels right when your heart's set on freedom's bite. Raise a toast, stake your claim, let the world know your name on another Caribbean night. Caribbean nights. Caribbean nights.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This be an advertisement for the Sins of Treasure Island Trilogy, Book 1, The True History of Captain Flint. On sale now. If you go to this website, ChristopherBlosser.com, or you can find it on Amazon. It will cost you $29.99, no matter where you go. But if you go here to this website, then I reap the benefits, not Amazon. Because as you see, Amazon has it for $29.99. But Amazon only gives me like $3.48 for the book. Everybody else takes their cut. With that being said, the beard got caught on the mic. That's not a glitch. With that being said, welcome to Rogue Bard Advice, a D&D TTRPG sports archaeology nerdcast, if you will. I am your host, the one, the only rogue pirate archaeologist. My nose itches. I am the rogue pirate archaeologist. I am the rogue thief pirate archaeologist. I am Captain Bartholomew Bones McCoy, and we are live back on the pirate ship. Not in the pirate's home port, by the way, but in a new location. A much better location than the last location. I want to reach. I want to reach through the screen right there, and I want to shake Kirk Wagner's head off because he sent me a question. He sent me a question, but it wasn't a question to answer on a podcast. He's like, "Is 26 minutes too late to post a question in the podcast?" Yes, it is, Kirk. Yes, it is. But thank you for being here. Thank you, Puffy Cheeto, for putting the link in the Discord. Please join the Discord if you haven't joined the Discord. We have fun over there in the Discord all the time. My nose itches for some reason. We have fun all the time, and we have pre and after podcast rituals that we do over there in the Discord. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Send this out. Eventually, we're going to get to the point where I'm going to be doing this in a dual stream, but I got to figure that out first. so that we get more people viewing it. Mic volume is low. How is that? Is that better? The mic probably was turned down. Thank you to Puffy's brother for figuring out that my mic volume was low. Because last time the mic volume was low, it was. And if you guys could read lips, you guys would know that I had said, and the last time it was low, you guys couldn't hear me and I couldn't do anything and I had to cancel the podcast. But I want to thank Puffy Cheeto and Kirk and Puffy Cheeto's brother, who is supposed to be inviting his TTRPG and D&D friends in. I was told. And Jim's here. Hola, Jim. Hola, and our condolences. Even though she wasn't yours, she was yours for a bit. I honestly think the shelter did not exhaust all options. That's all I'm saying. But glad you're doing okay. I did see did I see something that you got a new pup? And if you did, that's great. That's great. Aquatic Messiah, the retriever of gold and crimson Honda. Welcome in. And he says, "What is up, my pirate family?" I mean, yeah. So good. Let's start things off with a. We're going to start off with some good things, and then we're going to go back to some good things at the end. Good things of the week. Yeah. Well, I know. I listen, listen, listen. The friend of the podcast, Archewolf, owns 3 huskies. I'm telling you, that shelter did not exhaust every option. The pet tax, isn't that cheese? Once you get the cheese out the drawer, you must pay the tax, the cheese tax. I could have swear something of that of like that. Anyway, good things a week. I'm in a new apartment, and this apartment is nicer than any apartment I've been in. I'm also going to a birthday party tomorrow at a place called Fay Nectar in Lake Lure, North Carolina. And part of the birthday party is pirates. So guess who's dressing up as Captain Bartholomew Bones McCoy tomorrow? Puffy Cheetos go to see the Spider-Man movie on Sunday. Nice. That's always fun. Yes, good things of the week already, Kevin. And that's because we've got so much good things going on right now. The second good thing of the week is I was able to set up the desktop. So I've got all the monitors going, I've got everything going. I am prepped and ready to go. Let's go. Kitten you failed to rescued itself. Long story, but perhaps it teleported from a French drain into an attic. Are you sure it was a kitten and not a flurkin? Am I ready to Wizard of Oz it? What do you mean, ready to Wizard of Oz it? Piffy Cheeto's brothers headed to see the Odyssey. Nice, nice. I used to, I remember when I would go and see opening day movies, like the midnight showing of the opening day movie, all the machinery beyond. Oh, you guys know. You guys know I have three monitors going and everything. So, but it's so good. It's so good to be back, everybody. It's so good to have this going on. I'm gonna minimize this, that way I can maximize this so I can see everything. Well, we were back last week. We were just on the laptop. And I wasn't digging out the desktop because I knew I was just moving into the apartment. I was able to move into the apartment a day early. A day early. Because I wasn't supposed to move in here till today. And at which point none of this would have been set up. But I was in here last night and I got off of work early today. So I was able to set the desktop up. I know the laptop was fine, and that makes me feel a lot better when I go places like Guam or somewhere where I can't take the desktop. It makes it's great. I just don't have the screens, and I need to get. I have plenty of these. I just need to get another one because trying to work the touchpad. The touchpads are the most stupidest things ever that computers came out with. Stupid. And they put different features in it, like my touchpad. If you take two fingers, you can swipe up, down, left, right, and you can move your screens across and everywhere. And I hate it because I rest my hand on there and I'm moving and it registers two fingers. Or two fingers zoom in and zoom out. You do this, and if I'm resting something on there and I move, it'll zoom. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Mobile Pirate is now functional. Yes, Mobile Pirate is now functional. Fine, Puffy Cheeto finally got her diabetes medication approved. Nice. Nice. Puffy Cheeto. You know, Puffy, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Because another good friend of the podcast, Popo Blanco, he was asked a question, or somebody had told him something. Did you know that all Spider-Man villains, or most of Spider-Man villains, are furries, and all of Batman's villains are theater kids? And, to wit, the theater kids are getting beaten up by a furry because Batman's a furry. I see nothing wrong with that. So, Puffy Cheeto, if you're going to dress up like in a Batman costume just to confuse everybody, are you announcing to the world that you're a furry? He is, but he's also a theater kid because he's all about the theatrics. No, Spider-Man's not a furry, and that's according to Popo Blanco. Even though Spider has fur, his costume is not that of a spider, unless you're talking about unless you use the costume that's got the spider, the extra legs that come out. You try to be cool. Well, okay. But my whole thing on that is, while they're all theater kids, the really one theater kid there, and he mentions it. He talks about it. The only real member of the theater is Clayface. So, all right. Who who's a luchador? Oh, Spider-Man? No, no. Well, maybe. But Bane is a dramatic theater kid, and he wears a luchador mask. So yeah, we've been sitting here talking for 20 minutes, and we ain't said nothing except for good things of the week. I've not seen the new Clayface trailer. I've not seen it, but we do have a celebrity in our midst, and by celebrity I mean somebody who's read my book. And apparently, my book is so well written and so, I don't know the word. This individual could not put it down. This individual forewent sleep just to finish the novel. And this individual finished it in 2 days. So, and apparently, I've shown people the prologue and had to read the prologue, and and they are they're they're hooked. So, thank you, Puffy Cheeto. Yes, 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 yes. Say that like they don't go here. No, no, it's not impossible. Puffy Cheeto. She started day one. She read to page 200, and I kind of twisted her arm about it because day two she was only going to read to 100, and I'm like, well, you only have after that you only have like 183 pages left. You might as well just finish the book. And then and then tonight she sent me a DM and asked me a question in DM, and I've got to really think about that answer, Puffy Cheeto, before we post it here and everything else. We've got to have more people read the book in order for me to post that question, because I want everybody's opinions on the characters and who should play them. So yeah, she hardback's coming. Hardback's coming. I will put it. I will run a copy. I have the ISBN for the hardback. I will run a copy for hardback and everything else. But hardback's coming. But the paperback, Puffy, tell them about the paperback. It's no joke. So, but Puffy Cheeto posted a question. She's like, actually, I can go grab it unless Puffy Cheeto wants to post it. Hold on a minute. I'm right here. I'm right here. Gotta scroll back up. So potential question, but with not everyone have read the book yet. Not sure if you could do this one. She asks, if I were able to make a movie or TV miniseries about my book, what actors would I choose to play the parts? Now, it's always been in the cards for me to try and turn this into a movie. I just have to get the right studio, I have to get the right backing, and everything. And even people at work asked me if when the movie's coming out, and everything else, that I was talking to him about it. And apparently there was two movies this summer, that came out. Hold on, man, I'm good. I'm pulling it up. So there's two movies that came out this summer, and They are Obsession and Backroom. And they're directed by two young YouTube filmmakers. Obsession's budget was 750,000, and Backroom's budget was 10 million. But that's because they got A24 on board, which is a great studio. It's a great studio, and I would love to get A24 on board. But my budget for this movie, and it's not unreasonable because of I've done some research and everything. Black Sails had a budget of $5 million an episode. They did 38 episodes for a total budget of $190 million. Pirates of the Caribbean Black Pearl had a budget of $140 million. So me asking for a budget of $190 million is not unreasonable for this novel. It can't be a Marvel movie. It can't be a Disney movie because of its rating. It's going to be rated R. If not NC-17, because I am not cutting out the spicy scenes. So that has to that has to be those have to be in there. So and on site, I don't want to do anything. If I did, I would want to use the volume. The volume is a 21-foot tall, 75-foot wide LED screen, kind of like a green screen, but it's LEDs instead, and it is a immersive virtual panoramic kind of thing. That's what they use to film The Mandalorian on. If I did do anything like that, then that would be the only other way. Everything else I want to be it has to be on site. It has to be in person kind of thing. Well, Aquatic, Puffy Cheeto's got you beat. She's got an $11 budget. So, but if we can get if we can get the novel out there, and if we can get traction with the novel, I think that'll go far into getting a studio on board with it. Say, hey, blah. So I know that's a shameless plug for my book today, isn't it? Hold on a minute. You know what? Guess what? I have copy right here. I have copy right here of novel. Yeah, it's freaking it's hefty, guys. It's thick. It's mini telephone book size, which means you could probably beat somebody over the face with it and not leave bruises. Not that I recommend that, but my budget is to pay me and I'll voice act for the audiobook and play some background characters in the movie. Maybe. How much for a signed copy? Look, if you want a signed copy, you guys are getting a deal on this. If you guys want a signed copy, buy the book and then buy the book, send me a DM telling me that you've bought the book, or that you buy that before you even buy the book. Send me a DM on the Discord. Tell me that you're buying the book this day, and I will give you my address. I'm going to need your address because you're going to put the shipping address for the novel as my address. And then I will sign the novel when it gets to me and I will send it out. But the only way I could do that is if I know that you've bought the novel and it's coming. Otherwise, the novel's getting signed and it's going to whomever. So you'll wait till I'm in Texas again and get me to sign it then. I look, look, you can do that, but you've got a rare copy. You've got another unedited mistake copy. So if you want to do that with your brand new copy that is edited and has no mistakes in it and is not have duplicate paragraphs, then you can do the same thing too. You can send me, you can send it to me, and I will sign it and I will send it to you. You've got the special edition that's not really a special edition, but it's a special edition. So I'll even sign that one and say unedited copy. Because all of these are unedited copies. I ordered 10 more copies and they're all unedited. So mistake copy is worth more than collector's. Maybe, probably. Maybe I just created 10 mistake copies and gonna hand out mistake copies to people. She can't sign it. If you want to go to Montana and meet Archeowolf, then go right ahead and go to Montana to meet Archeowolf. I think that's going to be a little far out of your way, Aquatic Messiah, or Aquatic Messiah. But we're a half hour into the podcast, guys, and we've just been talking about my novel. How about we get into some questions? Because that's what you guys are here for, right? Pirate's Wife could definitely sign special. Maybe. All right, let's get into some questions. Our question one comes from Kirk. Can we look at failed civilizations of our past for hints at a solution to the Fermi paradox? Now, Kirk, I had to look this up because I am blissfully unaware about the Fermi paradox. However, in my research, I have done. I have a friend's father's self-published book. He didn't think editing was worthwhile, and it's full of issues. Fun read, though. And I was the first person to request a signed copy. Nice. Yeah, and it's 26 hours away from Oklahoma City. So, anyway, this camera makes me look fat. I am fat, but it makes me look fat. Anyway, can we look at failed civilizations of our past for hints at a solution to the Fermi paradox? Actually, Kirk, in doing my research, yes, studying failed human civilizations can offer useful analogies and concrete mechanisms that inform solutions to the Fermi paradox. We can't treat past collapses as literal models for extraterrestrial societies, but they do highlight recurrent failure models, timescales, and warning signs that map into the main classes of Fermi solutions. For example, the Great Filter, self-destruction, resource limits, or long-lived but quiet civilizations. Key lessons from the failed civilizations. The lesson: resource offshoot and collapse. Societies collapse after exceeding ecological or energetic limits. Why it matters for Fermi. Suggests civilizations may self-limit or crash before becoming galaxy-spanning. Supports self-limitation and Great Filter scenarios. Complexity and fragility. Increasing social technological complexity raises maintenance costs and vulnerability to cascading failures. This is the problem with what we're doing now. Advanced tech can create brittle systems that fail catastrophically, making long-lived expansion unlikely. A lot of people are gonna see AI as the complexity and fragility. The loss of knowledge and institutional decay. We're also here. Skills, infrastructure, and knowledge can be lost within a few generations after collapse. Even a technological species might revert or stagnate, producing long, quiet periods rather than continuous expansion. We've hit this. We have absolutely hit this. Why? And I'll tell you why. From the advent of the automobile in what, 1898, Mercedes-Benz created the first tricycle automobile. So Henry Ford created the Model T. The Wright brothers took the first manned flight. 50 years later, we're on the moon. Literally 50 to 66 later, 50 to 66 years later, we're on the moon. From the time the Wright brothers took their first flight to the time 50 years. 1963. 1967, something like that. What have we done since? What big, massive technological breakthrough outside the advent of the cell phone have we done since? Nothing. We've been stagnant. Been no great technological marvel. Satellites, even the satellites that we have today, there's nothing technologically marvelous about them because we already created them back in the 60s, back in the 50s. AI companies are buying up pallets of rare first edition old novels. Pallets of them. They're stripping the spines, they're stripping the covers, they're feeding each page, they're scanning each page into their system to train their AI models. And then they're shredding the books afterwards. That's a loss of knowledge. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Precursors to those existed in the 50s and 60s. The scaling down of the technology isn't a marvel. The creation of the technology back in the 50s and 60s, that was the model. That was the marvel. So, otherwise, we haven't done squat. And we're just getting dumber because they're taking away education. They're taking away, they're feeding you false narratives and false information and everything else. And that's the institutional decay. They don't care if you learn or not. They want you sedated so that they can be in charge. But environmental degradation and feedbacks, long-term environmental damage, soil, water, climate undermines civilization resilience. Guess what? Guess what? We just rolled back environmental protections. We just rolled back, and this is coming from me, right? We just rolled back environmental protections. We just rolled back endangered species protections. Guess which endangered species isn't protected anymore? Guess what endangered species you could go hunt and kill and eat again? How about the North American manatee? The Florida manatee is no longer a protected endangered species. The 300 million acres that we just released for drilling and mining and everything else, all that Native American cultural heritage is gone. That's the environmental degradation feedback. Social and political fragmentation. Guess what? We're already there. We're already in a Fermi paradox. I did not want to do this question for these exact reasons, but because this podcast isn't a political podcast, Kirk. But social and political fragmentation, we're already there. We're already there, people. Internal conflict and breakdown of cooperation accelerates decline. No bipartisanship. We're declining. Adaptive collapse and transformation. Some societies transform rather than vanish, shifting to lower energy or different organizational forms. We may be headed to this. Absolutely, we may be headed to this. And then finally, contagion and cascading risk. Disease, invasive species, or systemic shocks cascade through interconnected systems. COVID. The lettuce diarrhea. Uh, they just shut down 1,700 HIV clinics. Ebola's on the rise. I mean, we're here. We're here. The Fermi paradox is here. All right, what's going on in the chat? I honestly can't even tell you what my kids are learning in high school. You ask them any common sense questions and they look blankly at you, but they sure know all the ticky tacky dances. Yeah. Why would I want to hunt a manatee though? Well, okay, so manatees were hunted and they were round up and put in water pens and everything else and used as food for a long period of time. A guy I work with, his family was manatee farmers back in the 1800s. They were manatee farmers. He's always wanting to try and eat a manatee. Now he can. Uh, Side note, I thought what you just said was after Batman Spider-Man villain conversation, furry paradox. We are just watching the demise of civilizations. We are. The thing is, we didn't do those things. They did those things. If it were up to me, those things would never have been done. I know it doesn't mean anything because it impacts us all anyway. Yeah, it does. And yeah, we didn't do it. They did it. But when they do something, it affects us all. We're not going to kill ourselves due to societal breakdown, nuclear war, increasing microbe resistance, climate change, drought. Totally not. Right? Jim, for real, it's incredibly sad watching the decisions being made and knowing there is realistically nothing we can do to stop it. Nope. Don't hunt manatee. Hunt the giant tortoise. It took several hundred years to get a scientific name because they were so delicious. I want to eat a giant tortoise. You know what I want to eat? Aquatic Messiah, you know what I want to eat? But I can't because they're dead and they're extinct. But they may be coming back. I want to eat a dodo. Is that wrong? Is it wrong for me to say I want to eat a dodo? I mean, I am a pirate. And when I say when I tell you they're trying to make a comeback, you know that bio whatever organization, not Biogen, and not Engine because Engine made dinosaurs. No, the organization, the group that made that genetically created the 3 direwolf puppies. Yeah, they're also trying to bring back. They've brought back the woolly mouse. They're trying to bring back the woolly mammoth. They're trying to bring back the dodo bird using the same DNA technologies that they used to create direwolf puppy. Now, I say create direwolf puppy because how many pups did they start or did they have that failed this experiment? There's only 3 that survived. How many failed? Is it ethical? Absolutely not. There's also a group out there that's actually ethically trying to bring back the passenger pigeon that went extinct. So can they bring back people who trust science, please? I don't believe so. Are they using CRISPR? I don't know. That is genetics and bioengineering, and that's not my expertise. My expertise is dead things, long dead things. Eat doo doo? Ew. No, I'm not eating doo doo. You're a doo doo. Dodo, eat a baby emu. It's close enough. You know, I've had emu, and I've had ostrich, and I've had kangaroo, and I've had bison, and I've had gator. So, bring back science based upon science and not consensus bias and sponsor bias. Then I'll trust science again. Hey, Hey, just you know what, Kevin? Just read a book. Just read a book. It's that easy. But people are don't want to read anymore. They want it given to you in 30-second blips on Vine, which turned into TikTok, and yeah, they better not be all. No. Oh, that's why tonight's brownies are now out of the oven. Are they special brownies? Read a book. Have I got a book for you? I got a book for you too. It's right here. The book they want you to read is a story. It's fictitious. And I will die on that hill 300 years after this carpenter was crucified. And you've got people writing stories about him, acting like they knew him 300 years ago. No, no. Or they asked ChatGPT. Exactly. Anyway, Kirk, I hope you got something out of that. Because I sure as heck did. We're living in the Fermi paradox right now. And I think Archeowolf would have died laughing at this one. But that's the Fermi paradox question. Shall we go on to number 2? Because we're at 47 minutes and we got a lot to go, people. I mean, we spent a half hour on just my book. Question 2. Let's see who this comes. Oh, this is a Puffy Cheeto question. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Do you want Tim's answer or do you want the real answer? Because Tim's answer is I don't know. And then he goes flying away. Well, I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that. No. But the airspeed velocity of a swallow, and we're going to use the European swallow, is approximately 11 meters a second, or about 24 miles an hour. This figure comes from the back of an envelope calculations using typical wing beat frequency, wingspan, and body mass for European swallow, combined with aerodynamic estimates of lift and thrust. So the airspeed velocity of an unladen European swallow is about 24 miles an hour. Yeah, I know, a physics question for an archaeologist. And their talons are too small to grip a full size coconut. So don't even ask. Yeah, it's pretty fast, but not as fast as question 3. What at Puffy Cheeto asked this question also. She asked, "What is one of the biggest mysteries in archaeology today?" Well, if it wasn't a mystery, if it was a mystery, then why do we have archaeology? No, I don't want that. Dang it! Go back to life scene. No, no. I'm trying to pull it up. It's not. It's not working. It's glitchy again. Huh. All right, here. One of the, and we've talked about it. We've talked about this already, and we're gonna go back to it, Puffy Cheeto. One of the biggest mysteries in archaeology today is what is the purpose and construction of Göbekli Tepe? That's it. That's it. No, there is no archaeology in this book. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell you. It's historical fiction. There's pirate stuff and real battles and stuff like that, but there's no archaeology in this book. Unless you consider burying treasure archaeology. And thank you, Kirk, for putting my my website up there so people can order the novel. They can also go to the description of this post, and it's right there also. But the biggest, to answer your question, Puffy Cheeto, and I have this is another one for Archeo Wolf because he's the Göbekli Tepe expert, not me. What is the purpose of construction of Göbekli Tepe? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Göbekli Tepe forces archaeologists to rethink cause and effect in early human societies. The site's scale and artistry implied coordination, long-term projects by groups traditionally thought to be mobile foragers. That raises hard questions about social organization, belief systems, and the technological and logistical capabilities of pre-Neolithic peoples. That's the big answer. Yes, that's my full name. That is my full name. And I was named after the Charlie Daniels Band. So, there you go, Puffy Cheeto. And we're down to the final question. And the final question of the night, surprisingly, is not from Kirk and it's not from Puffy Cheeto. However, it is from the H-Town Saint. So it's Puffy Cheeto adjacent. Puffy Cheeto's brother asks, why did Odin spend his life trying to prevent Ragnarok if he knew fate couldn't be changed? Did he truly believe he could alter destiny? Well, what are you just doing? Well, Puffy Cheeto's brother. Odin didn't act out of simple certainty that he could change fate. He acted because his role as king of the gods made him one who must try to delay doom, to gather knowledge and power, and to shape how the world would come. His efforts are a mix of practical strategy, tragic defiance, and ritual acceptance. A character who both respects fate and refuses to be passive before it. So, he didn't truly believe he could alter destiny, but he believed he must try. So, I don't know. I'm moving through the questions and the answers fast. I'm not really. That's it. That's the explanation. That's it. If Odin hadn't tried or pissed off Loki, Ragnarok may not have happened. Well, Ragnarok's always going to happen. Ragnarok it's fated that Ragnarok destroy Asgard. It's always going to happen. He didn't have to piss off Loki or anything. He didn't have to save Loki from the blue ice giants and everything either. He didn't have to steal Loki from the blue ice giants. And that's all 4 questions for this evening. That is all 4 questions this evening. What do we got next? What do we got? I'm kind of drawing a blank of what we got next. Can somebody in the chat help me out what we got next? Because I'm drawing a blank. Somebody has to know what comes next. Fight. Deadly Dungeon. There we go. And our Deadly Dungeon this evening is these 4 contestants. We have Ash William, the Chris Tap Dances show. Maybe. I used to. When I was little, I thought I wanted to tap dance, but I never got into actual tap dancing. But we got Ash Williams versus Sarah Connor. And we've got Flash Gordon versus Neo. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. The algorithm surprised me. The simulator surprised me. It really did. But we're going to go Ash versus Sarah Connor first. Ash Williams, a relentless survivor, boomstick, chainsaw prosthetic, expert at improvised traps and brutal close quarters finishes, high pain tolerance, and willingness to take risks. Sarah Connor's a hardened guerrilla fighter and tactician, expert with rifles and pistols, skilled in explosives and fieldcraft, excellent at planning ambushes and controlling engagement ranges. Ash's plans to force chaotic close engagements, use the shotgun to break cover, set improvised traps and ambushes, and rely on sheer brutality to end fights quickly. Sarah's plan is to deny close approaches with disciplined fire, layered defenses and explosives, use terrain and planning to force Ash into kill zone to disable his mobility. In the Discord, you guys voted overwhelmingly Ash Williams over Sarah Connor. I'm going up there. I'm going up to the poll to get you guys the direct numbers. There was 9 votes apiece for each battle. So I'm happy. I'm happy that we got 9 voters. But you guys voted Ash Williams 56% to 44% Sarah Connor. Now, we know we're taking your guys' votes. However, with that being said, the simulator, with 62% of the wins, the decisive factors were firearms, range control, planning, explosives, and the ability to deny ambush windows. Sarah Connor wins in the simulator 62 times, 62% of the time. Ash Williams wins 38% of the time with Bruce close quarters toolkit, traps, and improvisational resilience. Sarah wins most matchups by controlling distance and using planning to neutralize Ash's ambushes. Ash's path to victory is forcing a messy, close fight or catching Sarah unprepared with well-placed traps. Sarah Connor in the simulator wins. But we don't go by the simulator because you guys vote for the winner. So your guys' winner is Ash Williams and the Boomstick. This one also surprised me. It surprised me a lot. Our next battle is Flash Gordon versus Neo. Flash Gordon, his profile is an athletic interstellar hero, expert pilot, marksman, experienced with futuristic tech, vehicles, and hit-and-run tactics. Excels at mobility and ranged engagement. Neo, the one inside the Matrix, reality-bending reflexes, bullet time mastery, superhuman strength, and near invulnerability when he accepts his power inside the simulation, inside the Matrix. This one's a little weird because the simulator did it twice. 2 different scenarios. You guys voted. And you guys overwhelmingly voted 67% Neo with 33% Flash Gordon. Apparently, Queen wasn't strong enough to help Flash Gordon this time. With that being said, if this battle takes place in the real world, Flash Gordon wins 75% of the time via vehicle mobility, range tech, and the ability to control engagement distances. Neo only wins 25% of the time in the real world with his exceptional hand-to-hand skills and reflexes, but he's limited because he's in the real world, so he doesn't have his Matrix powers. Now, if it were inside the Matrix, this is where things flip. And by flip, I mean to the extremes. In the Matrix, with reality bending speed, bullet control, and overwhelming force once he's committed, Neo wins 95% of the time. With tactical mobility and tech help only, if Neo restrains himself, otherwise it's negligible, Flash Gordon only wins 5% of the time. And that's the final verdict. If the fight occurs in the real world, with Flash's vehicles and gadgets, Flash Gordon wins. Most encounters by keeping the fight at range and using superior mobility. If the fight occurs inside the Matrix, where Neo can bend the rules, Neo wins almost every single time. But you guys voted. And you guys overwhelmingly voted for Neo 67 to 33. And our bracket. Nope. This is sorry, I was getting a little ahead of myself. This is the numbers. This is what you guys voted for. Discord, Ash Williams. Discord, Neo. So our bracket now looks like this. And yes, it's an updated bracket. I remembered to put the new bracket in here. You got Rick O'Connell moving forward. You've got Neo moving forward. Ash Williams and John Wick moving forward. Why are you guys talking about brownies? Iris! Hi, Iris. Is Ash in the Matrix, though? No, Ash isn't in the Matrix. He's just on a different planet. Welcome in, Iris. I miss you. We're almost done. We're almost to chat and more good things of the week. The gooey inside pieces are the best. Nom nom. Yeah. Well, I'll be at Fey Nectar tomorrow if you want to drive out there. Festivities start at 6 and free festivities start at 7. So, but it is time. It is time, everybody, for Puffy Cheeto's favorite part of the segment. And I know Puffy Cheeto's favorite part of the segment. You had to get Gremlin to sleep. Well, okay. How did Gremlin like her? We'll talk about that in chat. Anyway, what is Puffy Cheeto's favorite part of the segment? The Wheel of Mortality. Why is Flash Gordon still on there? Why is Ash Williams still on there? They shouldn't be on there. Oh, that's right, because this is the desktop, not the laptop. So if it selects them, we're gonna bypass them because we've only got four more contestants. Actually, you know what? I could just do this. Before we're gonna edit this. Boom. And boom. Hey, look, there it is. Wheel of Mortality, spin that wheel. Wheel of Mortality, turn. Tell us the next two who are going to burn. It's going to be Riddick versus Laura Croft. That's going to go in the poll, everybody. Riddick versus Laura Croft. I know who I've got. Because you keep what you kill. So, And our last contestant. Why am I trying to click? I'm trying to, I'm clicking the remove, but I'm clicking it in my screen where I'm streaming at. So that's not working. And our last two contestants for this week, which will also give us our final two contestants for next week. Wheel of Mortality, turn, turn, turn. Give us our last two contestants for this week. It's going to be Jason Bourne versus James Bond. JB versus JB. That makes sense. That makes absolute sense. And our final two battles for 2 weeks from now will be Han Solo versus Angus MacGyver and Bruce Lee versus James Tiberius Kirk. He has the power. I just watched that movie Wednesday. It was so cheesy. It was funny. It was so cheesy and funny. It was a decent movie. A polo? You've never seen me out of garb? Oh, I'm always in a polo. I'm always in a polo because I work and that's what I get. So, Masters of the Universe. The new one that was just in theaters like 3 weeks ago. It's out on Amazon Prime. Shit you not. And a movie that was in the theaters 2 months ago. Devil Wears Prada 2 is on Amazon Prime. That's a good movie. It's an okay movie. It could have been better. It's worth watching. Dolph Lundgren is in it. And his first lines in the movie, Dolph Lundgren's first lines in the movie are, "Hey kid, you're taking my spot." Hey kid, you're taking my spot. Toy Story 5. I haven't seen it yet. It's not on. It's not out on the streaming yet. Oh, it's great because at the end of the movie, the cut scene is so good. It sets up for She-Ra and Cringer. Cringer's in it, and Cringer talks. And what's so great about before it goes to the credits, there's a little did you ever watch He-Man the cartoon and how the little magic wizard thingy was always at the end? On today's episode, we learned about this, and they end the movie that way. Puffy Cheeto, please watch it. Keep an open mind, but watch it. I know, but the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies are just so they're just so CGI. Give me the old the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. Okay, look, I Idris Elba is in it, so if you like Idris Elba, just at least watch it for Heimdall. He plays Man at Arms. You got all the original TMNT movies on VHS. Nice. By the way, if you haven't realized, we're in chat, and I'm going to go ahead and while you guys are chit chatting away, I'm going to go ahead and put the polls up in the chat for this week. And I'm going to try and Genetic Memory Forms. Hello. Welcome back in. come back in. And we have, who is it? One week. And that one is all right, everybody. Polls are live in the Discord. Go ahead and vote when you have the chance. I need some of those brownies too, Kirk. I actually made mini strawberry shortcakes today, though I changed it. You know the chocolate dip that you get with the strawberries, that you dip the strawberries into the chocolate dip? Not like chocolate, but it's like chocolate sauce, but it's like chocolate dip. They call it chocolate dip. Well, I took some of that chocolate dip and I got my angel food cake rounds and I chopped up the strawberries and I put that chocolate dip on there, and then I put the ready whip on the top of it. Oh, delicious. Chocolate strawberry shortcakes. Mm. And it was only like 70 calories. So I missed the Ruby Spears cartoons. They did some real classics. Plastic Men possibly being one of the best. I have not heard of those. Though the cartoon series that I miss, and I could watch it, I know I can somewhere. For those for Ron and Ruby would have recognized this, because it was a Canadian television series. I miss Super Ted. So, matter of fact, let me. This is Super Ted. It's Super Ted. Boom. I was going to read the intro. The intro appears at the beginning of every episode. This is a story about an ordinary teddy bear. When he was made, they found something wrong with him and threw him away like a piece of rubbish into an old, dark storeroom. Then, from outer space, a spotty man brought him to life with his cosmic dust. He took him to a magic cloud where Mother Nature gave him special powers. That bear became Super Ted. And Spotty was voiced by John Pertwee. We all know who John Pertwee is. He's passed away. John Pertwee was a doctor. He was the third Doctor for Doctor Who. John Pertwee. Wow. Imagine that. Roy Kinnear. Roy Kinnear was Veruca Salt's freaking dad in freaking Willy Wonka. Like, it yeah. Anyway, going to live. Go to live shoot now. You don't let your gremlin watch all the new garbage old school for the win. That's fair. That is fair. So now comes the question, because Iris has been working diligently for the past couple days on a mural in Gremlin's room. Did Gremlin like the mural, Iris? Love. We're just gonna wait, because I know it takes a while to respond. While we're waiting for responses, everybody could go ahead and say more good things a week. More good things a week. Look. Still got book. Still got a book. I actually got 8 of them in a box over here, but a couple of them are going away just tomorrow. So is there an email address to harass the author of the new pirate book on to get us hardbacks? Look, there is. If you go to my website, you could contact the author. There is explore the website. Oh, you got a new puppy. You got a new puppy. What is the new puppy? Good day of the week, round 2. I read a really great book this week. You read a really great book in 2 days from what you told me. Good day of the week. Look. The tentacles are still there. They're still tentacly. I could send you the video of me doing the outline and what I have finished so far. Well, I saw the video of the outline, and I tried watching what you had so far yesterday. It's just everybody was more interested in staring at something else. So puppy is a 12-week-old German Shepherd Husky Great Period. Wow. Wow, that's gonna be a big dog. Glad his name is Lobo, because he is going to be the dog. You gotta pay the pet taxes and pics in the Discord. Yes, AS Iris. We have a friends and familiars section text channel in the Discord. Apparently, there's a pet tax. It was this new piratey book by this obscure author. Obscure, yes, obscure is the word. Hold on. I'll send it. We're all in the Discord, Iris. It's fine. You could send it whenever. Does it have obligatory spicy? Yes. Puffy Cheeto, I'm going to ask you this right now. Give your honest review. Not just a single sentence. Give your honest review of what you think of this book that you seem to have read by this obscure author. Because I know Iris read the spicy section of the book, and I told Iris when I gave it to her to read it, I'm like, I turned to her husband, and she will absolutely acknowledge this. I turned to her husband and said, "You're welcome." Service dog training soon, and most likely going to be at events with me when he's done training. That's what Chance is. Chance is my wife's puppy, or my wife's dog. No, there is no treasure buried beneath a giant X. Pirates didn't bury treasure beneath the giant X. It's a myth. It's a myth. And to answer your question, I was gonna ask another question. Did I? Did I? Hold on a minute. I don't think I did. Did I miss a question tonight? Nope. That was Yokai's question from 2 weeks ago. You blushed at the spicy tango scenes? You blushed? Though I can't say that's surprising because I think I did also see a little blush, a little rosy cheeks happening when Iris was reading, and specifically Iris read pages 126 through 138. So if you know that, if you remember that scene there, Puffy Cheeto, I think I saw a little rosy cheeks when Iris was reading that section too, because that scene is spicy. Lots of blushing. Oh, Iris is the one who told me. Didn't you tell me that I um wrote that well, that I balanced the female writing of that and the male writing of that, and balanced it well? Did you tell me that, or did somebody else tell me that at the gathering? Got a question. If we don't own our digital content, is piracy even stealing? I mean, if Sony and Amazon and Apple think no one owns anything, should we not just sail the seas of piracy? My 2 cents. No, actually, a lot of people think the same way, Genetic Memory Farms. A lot of people think that. So we're about to come full circle, and for those of you who were around in the mid 90s will remember things like LimeWire and Napster and other peer-to-peer sharing sites and Pirate Bay. Those, I believe, are going to start coming back around, only they're not going to be sharing music as much as people are going to be figuring out how to share video games. So, you were going to say LimeWire and Pirate Bay? Oh, look at you. Now, what I care more about than the spiciness is the love, hate, or depth of it. So then yeah, get my book. Get my book. There's a betrayal that you don't see coming. Am I right? Am I right, Puffy? You didn't see that betrayal coming. We had 6+ movies on a CD and have CD cases full. See that? It's not. If it's not nailed down, it's mine. If I could pry it up, it's not nailed down. Not my phrases. Got some friends that say, you know what? I'm a car thief. Not really, but I can steal most anything, and I'm gonna steal a line, and a line comes from Triple X State of the Union. If it's got wheels or tracks, I can jack it. Got all my Sims games with mods on those sites. Yeah. May have used the heck out of LimeWire back in the day. I did too. I downloaded full albums off of LimeWire and off of what's the Blue Frog one? What was the Blue Frog freaking? Oh, Views. I downloaded whole albums off of Views. All the twists at the ends. Remember, there's three different twists in this in this novel. I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just telling you there's three twists to look out for. Unless you don't want. I miss him too, Iris. I miss him. So, but I feel we're coming back to that. If Sony and and Napster and if Sony and Apple and Amazon go the way, hey, you're just owning a license that we can revoke at any freaking time. Nah, If I'm buying a physical copy of something, I own that sumbitch. If I buy a digital copy of something, I'm not buying a license that I have to renew. You're not getting triple or quadruple money out of me. No. These sites are going to come back. There's somebody's going to end up recreating these sites. So why is Sony shooting themselves in the foot? Are they just really so big like Disney? Yeah, honestly. I'm not a thief, honestly, but for some reason, I've had many moments where I helped friends who locked themselves out of cars or houses or desks or whatnots. Each time they looked at me suspiciously. Look, look. The pirate somehow, don't know how, locked his keys inside the envoy, inside the pirate vessel. And it just so happens, Iris wasn't there, but Iris knows Cassius and Carissa. And it just so happened I was there picking Cassius up. And we had to get Cassius's broadsword to unlock my car. So a broadsword could be used as a Slim Jim. You're not a thief, you're reappropriating, acquiring, relocating. If I could bring Pup, then it would be a possibility. Wow, wait. Also, Fangnecker, I would come this weekend, but 3 hours with Gremlin may be hard to do. Plus, Puppy would not be happy to be left at home all alone. He's only been alone 2 hours at most. Oh, I'm sorry. Christian music growing up, so I had to record with headphones so parental units wouldn't know. Yeah. Yeah. I would, you know, I don't know how old Gremlin is, but it might be fun. But who knows? If you can't make it, you can't make it. We'll figure something out some other time. So, you're hiding Christian music or the non-Christian music? She was hiding the non-Christian music. Look, Puffy Cheeto. I want to say Puffy Cheeto likes the ICP. Faye Nectar is a meadery. They make their own meadery, and it is an event area. They take their name, Faye, from the Feywilds, from fairies and everything else, and nectars is the mead. They make their own mead right there on the spot. And this weekend they're having pirate games starting, I guess, tonight and tomorrow. We're having a pirate themed birthday party tomorrow, and then on Sunday, I believe they're having the Rocky Harbor Pirate Show. I guess I don't know what it is. Apparently, it's something to do a piratey version of Rocky Horror Picture Show. So, but it's I don't know if it's next weekend. I know they've got in 2 weeks or 3 weeks they're doing their trebuchet stuff. So um, they got a trebuchet on site, guys, and they launch rocks and stuff into the river using a trebuchet. So, um, but I'll be here for like 90 days, maybe 50 weeks. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. Sony thinks they have more competition now that Xbox is dead. And Nintendo has a different market. Xbox isn't dead. I should know. I own Xbox. Nintendo has a different market, and are they right with only one option? Can they name and the tune we dance or game to? Probably not. I'm also pretty sure I own Columbia House and Arm and a Leg for the CDs they sent me in the mail. Look, no, you don't. PC needs updates and fiddling with. If you turn in your console, it just works. No waiting to update drivers, etc. Maybe the Steam machine. Well, I still got to update my console occasionally. They send me updates. Um, Hold on a minute. Let me find out. It is an outdoor event. I know that. I don't know if anybody's going to be awake. If anyone is awake. I may get an answer here. Oh, 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 oh. Fay Nectar is a pet-friendly, fantasy-themed meadery in Lake Lure, North Carolina. Enjoy sitting at an indoor or outdoor table with your pup. They serve a variety of meads and honey wines for you to try. Be sure to check their schedule online in advance, as they often have food trucks on site. So yes, yes, it is. It is pet-friendly. But the birthday party at 6 p.m. is $10, and the pirate games are free. So pirate games start at 7. Yes. Is it on a leash? Probably. So as long as it's on a leash, Bring the puppers. Here, you know what? Because I have this. Look, see, they got puppers there. And this is their mead. Visit the website. Welcome to Fay Nectar, Music, Mead, and Magic in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Apparently, it'll be extremely crowded tomorrow night, though. But event calendar. This says no. This is no upcoming events, so I have no idea what they're talking about. So go back home. Immersive events, wedding venue, medieval tavern, live music. See, Fey Nectar, magic, and creative expression are at the heart of everything we do. Our enchanted haven hosts unforgettable gatherings, immersive experiences that transport you beyond the ordinary into the world of wonder, whimsy, and wild delight. Join us for elegant masquerade balls, rollicking pirate parties, thrilling D&D nights, and sprawling fantasy festivals full of craft vendors, cosplay performances, and playful adventures for all ages. Says the events on their Facebook. Really? I don't have their Facebook. Let me find their Facebook. Pirate games tomorrow. And the Rocky Horror Show Pirate Show on Saturday. So I guess tomorrow I guess Saturday is the Rocky Harbor Pirate Show. There will be no pirate games. Apparently the pirate games are tonight. Um Even though I was told wrong. I was told the pirate games were Saturday. But Rocky Harbor Pirate Show. 8-hour drive for me. Well, start now, Kirk, and you'll get there in a minute. The Pirate Party is $10 entry, and that's Saturday, August 1st from 6 to 10. Yeah, that's the Pirate Party. That's the Pirate Games. Cat Mossy, Shanty's Pirate Show, Pirate Bingo. So 6 to 10 though, Iris. So if it's a 4-hour trip to where you are, then you leave at 10 and it's gonna be 2 a.m. when you get home. So keep that in mind. So and that be Captain Moss. That'd be my friend Pirate Captain Moss. You know you can fly. Hey, if you come and hang out, are you gonna come in costume? Or are you just gonna come in normal? Are you just gonna be a normie? Anyway, you could message me all that. No, your arms are too tired. But hour and a half, everybody. It's 11:30, and this was episode 61, guys. 61. You see how you feel in the morning if you do cost. Okay, I will accept that. I know how much you're tired and exhausted right now. 39 to go before we hit that magical 100, and then we stop. Because isn't that what the Bard Father did? He hit that magic 100 and then he stopped. Do you know he did that on a reason, or for a reason? And it wasn't. This is a conspiracy theory. Do you know how many episodes that you need for a TV series to go into rerun syndication? 100 episodes. If a TV series reaches that magical, mystical mark of 100 episodes, it will automatically qualify for rerun syndication. If it doesn't hit 100 episodes, then it won't ever. It doesn't automatically qualify for rerun syndication. Yep. That's why some of the greatest TV series of all time aren't being rerun in syndication because they didn't hit that magical 100 episode mark. Like there was a TV series back in the mid 2000s called Revolution that won't hit syndication because it was not on long enough. Basic costume. Look, if you just do ears, I'll be happy. Firefly is definitely no-go. They will not rerun it on syndication on the airwaves. However, Firefly is on Hulu or somewhere. They sometimes put it on streaming. And now with streaming you could find all these. Sometimes they put them up and then they take them away. So, and for episode 69, I would not be reading the spicy passages because that will get me kicked off of TikTok. Or not TikTok, but that will get me kicked off of YouTube. Firefly is in reruns in all of our hearts. You better wear the ears just for me. I was just watching a thing about Chicago Med and how it can go into syndication now since it's got over 100. Yeah, I told you. But anyway, it is 11:35, ladies and gentlemen. I do appreciate you guys being here. I do appreciate you guys bringing people in. Welcome our new people. Puffy Cheeto's brother, the H-Town Saint, who's been here for a couple episodes now, and I hope he brought friends who are lurking in the background. Iris, thank you for coming in, love. We will be doing this again next week. But it's time. It's time to go into our ending. It was a great episode, everybody. Thank you for joining the stream. This has been another episode of Rogue Bard Advice, where I take your questions and comments and answer them in a manner that I see fit. I want to thank everybody for coming in, and you will see me again next week. Same Rogue Bard time, same Rogue Bard channel. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email myself your host, the Rogue Pirate Archaeologist, the Rogue Thief Pirate Archaeologist, Captain Bartholomew Boscopoy, or sometimes just Chris of the Council of Chris. And you can email me at roguebardadvice@gmail.com. It looks like roguebardadvice@gmail.com. The more questions you guys send me, the easier these streams will go. Also, located in the description of this stream is the link to my website for my book, The True History of Captain Flint. It also explains that this is now a trilogy, and the trilogy is called The Sins of Treasure Island. Please go pick up a copy at either my website, which is a direct link to the purchasing, or you could pick it up on Amazon. With that being said, I will be back here 10 p.m. next Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain, or 7 p.m. Pacific. With that, I have been your host and your gracious host, and I can't do this without you guys. So with that, have a great weekend, stay safe, and for those going to Fey Nectar this weekend, I shall see you there in full pirate costume. With that, have a great weekend.